You have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk.
Because he is a problem. And so you never should have somebody that is sitting that high and is going to sit up here and threaten a sitting member of Congress.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. We have got to talk more about ghetto Jasmine Crockett. Yes, Jasmine Ghetto Crockett, the demon rat congresswoman out of Texas. And she has been blowing up lately. And you have been seeing a lot of her in the news. She was on the Breakfast Club making crazy comments about Byron Donalds. And I don't even want to get into that conversation because I really don't want to talk about her every time she does something. But we got to talk about this because Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, came after her, not in a violent way, of course, because Pam Bondi would not do that. But ghetto Jasmine Crockett had some words for Pam Bondi. But before we get into this video, don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so you never ever miss a video that I post. Let's get into it.
You have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk on her birthday. Let's take him out on my birthday, she says. Yet she turns and says, oh, I'm not calling for violence. Well, she is an elected public official. And so she needs to tread very carefully because nothing will happen to Elon Musk. And we're going to fight to protect all of the Tesla owners throughout this country. And it's this basic safety. Once again, domestic terrorism is going to come to a stop in our country.
So there you have it. I just wanted to give you, that's a few days old, of course, because that was right before Jasmine Crockett's birthday. Wanted to give you some context as to what exactly Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, actually said. And you remember, I'm just going to remind you of what Jasmine Crockett said. She literally said she wanted to, nothing would do better for her birthday than to take Elon Musk down, to take him down. And she said, but I didn't mean that. Well, you know, the people on your side are already got some screws loose. You know what you're trying to do. She's trying to not use like literal words, trying to use words that could mean that, but it also could not mean that. So she's smart enough to know she has to tread a certain way. But in any event, those people still were doing things they should not be doing. These people, there are people out here burning up things, Molotov cocktails. We've got people vandalizing vehicles. I mean, it is the utmost horrific behavior. But I am going to give you Congresswoman Ghetto Jasmine Crockett's response to Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Great American hero, a good senator out of New Jersey, said something to the effect yesterday as he was shattering the record for holding the floor, a record that had been held by another racist in this country. As he shattered that, he said something about the fact that this should not be about left versus right. It should be about right versus wrong. And I am going to tell you that I want us to focus on right versus wrong. The reason that we are struggling right now in this country as it relates to people not trusting agencies, honestly, a lot of it is because of elected leaders. Let me tell you, one of the things that the chairman and I actually agree upon, we don't agree on a lot, is that we both know that there has been a sharp incline as it relates to threats upon our lives. Regardless of what side of the aisle you sit on, we both know and agree that as sitting members of Congress, we both are enduring more death threats than anybody should in this country. And I believe that it is because of the divisive rhetoric and it is because of the selective enforcement of things. And so when we have, and I'm gonna be clear because I had remarks and I'm going a whole other way. To have the sitting Attorney General go on, and I'm gonna call it faux news. I know some of y'all love it, but it's fake to me. To have her go on Fox News and to then decide that she wanted to send a threat to me, it was wrong. Because here it is, she is the highest law enforcement agent in this country, and people are watching and they are consuming this information and they are believing that simply because I decided that I wanted to exercise my right to free speech, which I am not abridged from doing, that she then wanted to then politicize something that should not be politicized. I don't like Elon Musk. I'm going to say it 50,000 times. I don't like him. I don't like that he going out there and he firing people. I think that he's a crook because somehow the rest of us can't sit around and get whatever federal contracts we want. The rest of us can't sit around and get law enforcement and get them somehow ordained as federal law enforcement to protect him. The rest of us can't get our dealerships protected by the federal government. That is somebody that is operating above the law. For whatever reason, just because he has a lot of money, more money than everybody else. And yes, I am happy to see that on my birthday, which is what I said, there were peaceful protests around this world against him because he is a problem. And so you never should have somebody that is sitting that high and is going to sit up here and threaten a sitting member of Congress when she knew good and well, if she watched the entire thing, that I specifically told protesters to make sure you consult with lawyers, just like I've told protesters over and over and over in the history of me advising people to go out and exercise their constitutional right. The fact that there are other sitting members that have received letters of threat from this new DOJ tells me that they are about retribution and they are not about following the law. The reason that our party, or I won't even say our party, our country is torn apart is because we can't even agree on right versus wrong.
We're going to pause for a moment for a word from Augusta Precious Metals. Gold has historically maintained value in times of inflation and market uncertainty. During certain economic shifts, some investors have considered gold as part of their retirement strategy. A gold IRA allows people to hold physical gold in their retirement accounts, which is something more retirees are exploring. With Augusta Precious Metals, it is an A+ rated company with the Better Business Bureau. Learn about how thousands of Americans are securing their retirement savings with Augusta Precious Metals. Want to learn more? There's a free guide linked below that explains everything you need to know about gold IRAs. Check out the free resource in the description. It breaks this down step by step. Be on your way to a more secure retirement with Augusta Precious Metals. Okay, that was Ghetto Jasmine Crockett talking about that there is because of elected leaders. She said, she believes it's because of divisive rhetoric. Where does the divisive rhetoric come from? It comes from the demon rat side. They're always bringing up race. In this clip, she brought up Ted Cruz. She didn't bring up his name, but she was referring to him, saying another racist. That is divisive rhetoric, Jasmine Crockett, and just in case you don't know. And bringing up things like, I don't get the same protection because I'm a Black woman, because I'm a this and I'm a that. And she also goes on to say that when she got hired, she said to her boss, or someone who was not her boss yet, but she literally said, I want you to hire me because I'm because I'm Black. And she said that she got hired and she said she worked her butt off. Yeah, but she literally said to him before she was hired that I want you to hire me because I am Black. Okay, you can see the full clip. The link will be in the description, but that is not a reason to hire anybody. I'm glad she worked hard when she got in there, but the only thing that we should be looking at is merit. But in any event, she says death threats. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are getting death threats as well. Okay, she's talking about divisive rhetoric. I've shown you clips of how those people were acting at that day of protest on her birthday, March 29th. Woman all out in the street. She wasn't clothed properly. People were yelling and screaming and cussing, bothering other people. There were also counter protests. It was not really peaceful. And there are people out here spray painting Tesla dealerships. Spray painting them, keying vehicles, blowing things up. That is not peaceful, Jasmine Crockett. That is not peaceful. Okay, she's talking about divisive rhetoric. That comes from her side. And selective enforcement of things. Selective enforcement. That's what the demon rats have been doing. They've been getting away with a lot of stuff. Ask the Clintons and the Obamas. Yeah, we have selective enforcement. See how Donald Trump, they had to make up things about him that weren't even true. and trying to punish him for something he didn't do, for things he didn't really do, but let the demon rats get away with everything. The demon rats and the rhinos, of course. And you remember, a rhino is a Republican in name only, in case you don't know or you're new to my channel. They really are Democrats in disguise, but they're on the Republican. They have an R next to their name, but that's just it. So they get away with everything. But then the person who's really trying to make the country better, they try to find dirt on him. That's not selective enforcement. That is the very definition of selective enforcement, ghetto Jasmine Crockett. These people, I just hate the fact that she's up there. Now, she's going to have some competition for her seat because a Republican, a Black Republican by the name of Sheldon Daniels, is going up against her. And I pray that he absolutely demolishes her. Let's pray that, because she is not representing very well. She ex-ghetto, and they said she has a ghetto value wig or a great value wig from Walmart, and those lashes and all the mannerisms and everything, just totally playing up to the negative stereotypes of Black people, particularly Black women. She's a real life blackface. She's ridiculous. But I wanted to show you all that, and she's coming after Pam Bondi. I showed you the clip of Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi didn't say anything reckless. She just told her to tread lightly, because you are an elected official and you should act like one, Jasmine Crockett. And you want to say you don't like Elon Musk, but we don't like you, because he's trying to find fraud. That is all he's trying to do. And you're caught up in the fraud, which is why you don't like him. You're worth a lot of money as well, from what I hear. Is that why you don't like him? You want your gravy train to continue? You want to keep up the fraud, and he's threatening to expose you? Yeah, that's why you don't like him. Helpful. But in any event, that's all I have for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you never, ever miss a video that I post. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.